Hey there, beautiful mamas. I wanted to come on today to talk to you because we are living in a crazy time right now. The world is full of turmoil and there's so many scares and concerns around what's going on with this pandemic, especially for those of us who are expecting babies soon. I am currently 33 weeks pregnant with my 6th baby, and I've never experienced anything like this happening in the world when I've been close to giving birth. I have had 5 beautiful home births, and so I've had a lot of women reach out to me saying, oh my gosh, I'm planning a hospital birth and I'm so scared because now I found out my partner can't be in the room with me, my children can't be in the room with me, my mother, my doula, my birth support team who I was counting on to be there can no longer be there. And in some states they're even saying they may separate mothers and babies, which is just traumatic on so many levels that we don't need to get into. So what do? A lot of women are thinking of switching to home birth for this reason. So I thought I would pull together some resources for you so that you know what questions to ask to see if home birth is the right fit for you and for your family. So what I've created is a list of 20 questions that you can ask when you are going to interview a midwife. And let's talk a little bit about the difference between doctors and midwives. So it's a very different relationship with a midwife than it is with an OBGYN. Maybe you're 36 weeks pregnant and you're due to birth soon and you're thinking of switching, but you have this relationship with your OBGYN and you don't know what it would be like to move to a midwifery model of care. So let's quickly go over a few of the differences between an OBGYN model of care and a midwifery model of care. If you're concerned about COVID and about exposure to COVID, a midwife usually has between 1 and 5 clients per month, which is much, much less than the busy, heavy workload that an OBGYN is required to sustain. So an OBGYN is going to be seeing a lot more people, a lot more patients, not to mention that they're in and out of the hospital with an airborne disease floating around. So the risk of exposure with a midwife is going to be a lot less. And you should ask her, what is she doing for preventative measures? How is she keeping herself healthy and how is she keeping her clients healthy? So that's one question that's not on the list because it is very specific to this moment in time. The rest of the questions are very detailed and technical for you to ask a midwife so that you can feel really comfortable with her level of training and expertise. A midwife will spend about an hour to an hour and a half each appointment with you, and she's going to be there for the long haul at your birth. She's not just in and out, she is there as you're part of your support team. So you want to find someone you love, someone you enjoy being with, someone you're comfortable around. That's why interviewing is so important. So get some referrals from friends. If you know people who've had home births in your area, grab names from them. You can search the internet. You can go on mamas groups and ask for referrals in your area. So pick maybe 5 midwives who immediately kind of resonate with you just off their websites and schedule some calls. Probably they're not going to be in person right now because of what's going on. So schedule a Zoom call so you can see their face so that you can get to know them and have that list of questions in hand. Go through each question and get your answers so that you feel comfortable. Also, make sure your partner is there during the interview process. You want your partner to write down his or her fears so that they can also ask their questions of the midwives that you're interviewing. And that brings me to another good point, which is you should write down any concerns or fears that you have around birth in general or around birth during this time, which is crazy, and make sure that you get all of your questions answered. So if you find someone you resonate with right off, awesome. If not, keep interviewing. And if after you've interviewed a few, you're still unsure if home birth is right for you, maybe sit down, touch in with your baby, and ask yourself some questions. So first off, you want to ask yourself, do you enjoy being home? Is your home a place of comfort and safety and security for you? If it isn't, then home birth may not be the right decision for you and your family. But if it is, continue asking yourself more questions. Are you ready to have a natural childbirth without pain medication as an option? Some women simply are not, and that's okay. But if you were planning a natural birth at the hospital, then you're ready to go down that path. You can find the list of 20 questions on my website at holisticmamalife.com in my blogs section. My hope for you is that this time is going to be one of excitement, one where you can really ground and sink into just being at home, because that's where we're all required to be right now. Do some things that make you feel good. Do some special things for the baby and get ready to welcome this new being into your family. And don't hesitate to reach out. If you just want someone to talk to who's been there, feel free to message me, comment on this video. I'm more than available to answer any questions you might have around home birth or birth in general, and to just connect as mamas, because we're all a little bit starved for connection during this time. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and that no matter what you choose, you have beautiful, empowering birth experiences.